Cześć! Witajcie w kolejnym odcinku Zagrajmy Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. W ostatnim odcinku wraz z Poppy
I've always
daliśmy
said
jajo
that
smoka.
travel broadens the mind.
Tak, podaliśmy jajo smoka. Smoczyca się z tego bardzo ucieszyła. Nie zjadła nas. A dzisiaj będziemy dalej kontynuować wątek Poppy. Zobaczmy, Poppy jest niedaleko. Całe 200 metrów są. No pomału, hop, hop, hop.
Revelio.
Powinno tutaj gdzieś być. Jeszcze 100 metrów. Pytanie, czy będzie, czy będę musiał poczekać. O! Jakiś atmosfera. Zaczęli trochę wariować. Już się zebraliśmy. O, czekaj, spokój.
Oh, good, you're safe.
Więc mi się sam, co tam Poppy?
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Hauntel Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
Tak mi przykro, Poppy.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
A czym jest znikacz?
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Dlaczego koszytnicy interesują się znikaczami?
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
W dzienniku było napisane, gdzie ukryto znikacze.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
Coś mi mówi, że chcesz znaleźć te stworzenia.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much as...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Rozmawiamy z centaurami.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Nic nie będzie, nie? Misję dostępną. Zobaczmy. Misję. Podstawy szantażu. Nati przysłała do mnie inną osobę z wiadomością, że może niezauważenie wybrać. Okej. Co dużo miejscówek, które oczywiście nie stało. Teraz się pojawi.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
O wilku mowa. Wiele znaczy koło Hogsmeade. Raczej powinno być trudne. Nie wiem, tak daleko stąd. Dobrze. Jesteśmy w Hogsmeade. To naprawdę jest spaść, jesteśmy koło Hogwartu. Po co się męczyć? Miotła cię wyręczy. Jeżeli nie mogę ulepszyć, więc w ogóle można wykonać zadania z Race. A to jest dosyć popularny dalej. 500 metrów, będziemy na miejscu. Leć. No. Dalej, no to dajesz radę. 200 metrów. 100 metrów. Nie już tu wylądować. Co teraz zatrzymać barierę Hogsmeade? To będzie dobre miejsce, żeby wylądować. Teraz czeka, a już nie. A tu jest okej.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Pewnie. To tam, Nati. Nati, tu jestem. Halo.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Gdzie ich znajdę?
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Czego mam się o nim dowiedzieć?
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Rozmawiam z przyjaciółmi.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Pięknie. Musimy z nim porozmawiać, to powinno być patrolne. Jeden nas nie zaatakują.
Revelio.
I'd rather scrape cauldrons than work with muggles.
Dark wizards are greedier than necklace and meaner than bold.
Mało dalej. Ścina mi się ten tylko. A potrzeba wysadzić na pomoc.
Rude awakening her first days at Hogwarts.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Nie
Revelio.
To chyba działa.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Co zrobiłaś?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Czego Harlow mógłby poprosić pani Mensa, a nie pani?
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Przekazała pani Harlowowi jakieś informacje o Gringotcie?
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Rzeczywiście potwierdza powód
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Jak mu było trzeba?
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Spokojnie, to nie pierwszyzna. Pani Ray, liczymy na to, że ponownie rozważy pani naszą prośbę o pomoc w sprawach bankowych. Daliśmy pani dość czasu na podjęcie własnej decyzji, ale nasze pokłady cierpliwości zaczynają się wyczerpywać. Wiemy, że pani mąż bardzo by to docenił, gdyby dostrzegła pani wartość współpracy z nami. Czy możemy spodziewać się odpowiedzi do końca tygodnia? Najlepiej, gdyby sprawa pozostała między nami i zapewne pani rozumie, co mamy na myśli.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
O, to jest drugie wyjście. Okej. No już znaleźć skrzyneczka.
Hello,
Jest
Hamora.
tutaj, za drzwiami. Zamek otwarty. O, a tu mamy posążek Demimosa. Ciekawe, czy mogę zmienić porę dnia. Aha, przez zadanie nie mogę. Wspaniale, to widać. Muszę zapamiętać, że w pubie pod 3 metrami jest posążek Demimosa. Okej. Czyli do kolekcji. Więc coś tutaj udamy z powrotem. Ale w tym momencie wyjdę stąd. Rozmawiajmy z innymi przedstawicielami.
Revelio. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Dobrze, no to sprawdźmy. To Dibu.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Co się stało?
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the... I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Okej, zobaczymy, co powie ostatni przyjaciel. Monika. Kontynuujemy z Kawusem, Filbertem. O, już niedaleko. Robisz? Ciemna zmierzchu było?
Revelio!
Nieważne.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there. Oh,
Dzień dobry.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Gdzie jest Natty? Ale czy będę teraz mówić prawdę? Chyba nie. Podczas misji chyba tego nie mówię. Nie. Natty. Natty, jesteś tutaj? Gdzieś się schowało.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Została porwana. To możliwe. Wszystko jest możliwe. I z powrotem musimy się udać w Hogwarts. Robi się niebezpiecznie. Słyszę, że będzie trzeba walczyć, to będziemy walczyć. Tego nie
Not much of a dark
I question anyone.
Revelio!
The work it takes to keep
Natty must be around here somewhere.
even with magic.
chodźmy.
Don't be afraid to fail. That is the path of a leader.
Aloha Mora.
Goes by, I don't
Kolejny zabieg otwarty. Let's go.
Revelio!
W porządku. Wyjdźmy stąd.
Oh,
Dzień dobry, inspekcja pracy. Mamy na niej.
Revelio!
Jesteś góry.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
No pięknie. Natty, w co żeś ty się wpakowała?
something indispensable. I'd be satisfied.
Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Mówka popiełków. Wspaniale. Jeszcze by tego brakowało. No to może czarować bez różdżki. Ciekawe jak. Z ręką robi kamehamer. O tak. Na pewno. Na razie w tym świecie nie ma ludzi, którzy mogliby czarować bez użycia różdżki. Nati. Po co się rozdzielaliśmy? Była bezpieczna, ale nie, muszę cię uratować przed niechybną zgubą. I jak zwykle w tej grze wszystkich muszę ratować.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Revelio!
Ze świńskiego łba. Wspaniale.
Accio! A hidden door.
Tak. Dokładnie to chodziło.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Opcjonalnie. Znajdź tomik wierszy Agatusa Filberta i list miłosny na widmo. Wspaniale. Spróbujmy znaleźć dziecko. Nie damy rady.
Revelio.
Złota. Na tym, gdzie jesteś. O, symbol się może przydać.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them what with all I've done.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Revelio.
Hey!
Znajdziecie potem. Się skończy.
Hit upon Ford as they was giving out games.
Czyni popiał. Zarobiście. Odwróć się. Odwróć się, powiedziałem. Odwróć się.
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't complain.
If I'm to think on it, we've seen far worse in our youth.
No pięknie.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this isn't.
Revelio.
Got my eye on something nearby. Lower Hogsmeade needs some stocks after our visit.
I've had enough of Belcroft. Hope I never have to see it again.
What?
Nic nie widziałeś. O, to jest Gwendolyn. O,
Locks and guards.
Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
Hey! An aversion to the dark arts merely highlights an immaturity of thinking in my mind.
przebicie.
Oj.
Wiedział.
How did I get mixed up
Revelio.
No, you don't have to feel intimidated by my feats. We can't all be as gifted, can we?
I may go to Hogsmeade later. They need to remind you that she is still running.
Look what you've done! You hate my head. Expulso!
Zielony ekspulso. Nie, tu nie ma. Było. Tu nie było.
Revelio.
Kolejna długa misja.
Expulso! Expulso! How dare you do such a thing to me? You see, some like to eat more than others, don't they? What? Did I say your name? Did I even give you the slightest glance? No, all I'm saying is, you're greedy, ain't you?
To będę miał.
Expulso!
Wow!
Expulso! Expulso! Now, this has become... Expulso! Incipio!
Wow!
Revelio.
No proszę. Nie pomyślałem, że czarny księżnik takie potężne.
Witch in film troll. Waste of my time. Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, innit?
O, znaleźliśmy list. Mój kochany Ottonie, na okrągło czytam twój list i z pewnością jeszcze nie raz to zrobię. Dopóki się nie spotkamy, nie dopuszczam nawet myśli, że mogłabym cię nie ujrzeć. Wciąż dzisiaj pewna nadzieja. Nie mogę doczekać się dnia, w którym oznajmimy nasze zaręczyny wszystkim, szczególnie mojemu drugiemu ojcu. Wcale nie przeszkadza mi, jeśli chcesz poczekać, aż nieco okrzepniesz, ukochany. Wiem, że robisz wszystko, co w twojej mocy, aby to urzeczywistnić. Pozwolę sobie tylko wyznać, że ostatnie miesiące, gdy musiałam ukrywać uczucia, które wynosiły na szczyty szczęśliwości, stanowiły dla mnie wielkie wyzwanie egzystencjalne. A teraz jeszcze raz pójdę przeczytać twój list. Moja pana
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Sekretne przejście. Interesujące. Dokąd to prowadzi? Gdzie to przejście? Interesujące.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find her.
Determined to say nothing. Boss will deal with her when he...
Expulso! Expulso! Expulso!
się wydaje, że Imperial to jest całkiem przyjemny czar. Ale tak, idę pójść na zdjęcie.
I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me.
Revelio.
Mogę do Quidditcha. Muszę cały czas wierszy Agabusa Fidelta. Podejrzewam, że może być wyższy poziom. O, patrzcie. Kontrola.
Extorting desperate dicks suits me just fine.
Revelio.
I am at your call.
Znajdzie. Nie znajdzie.
You'll be sorry you did that. Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to break a few bones. Hey!
Revelio.
They don't seem to care for me, Hogsmeade. Girls be nothing but trouble.
Furious Totalis.
Bum. Skrzyneczka.
Revelio.
Get, I shall end you.
When you have a cloak like that, you can blame the office.
Revelio.
Walczyć.
You manipulated me. You'll answer for this.
To me. When I had an otter when I was young like, I transfigured it, but it just changed into another otter.
Revelio.
Of course it was a different otter. What do you think I am, a muggle? I could tell it was a different otter from what I started with, because of how it looked at me. Oh, shut up.
Ty gadasz.
Hey.
Furious Totalis.
Wow.
Expulsion!
Protego.
Expulsion! What are you, shot? Thought you could hide your...
Moment.
I take what you'll be sorry you did that.
Nie, tu nie ma, spokojnie, spokojnie. Spokojnie. Mamy czas. Tylko zrobić w miarę potrzebne. Koniec rozszerzony wleciało. I wiadomo, był przeciwny.
Revelio.
O, skrzyneczka. Zbudowany przedmiot na głowę. Jest to pierwszy może. Taka popieł. Sniki, sniki. Idź na górę.
Revelio.
Gdzie może być ten pominięcie?
Hey,
Jaki eksperialny?
give it back! This is your first duel, isn't it?
Znajdziesz mnie.
Revelio.
You'll soon bear the scars of my wrath. You can count on it. Dare you do such a thing to me? You're the first one who fell inside the trouble. If you are, it's as if you don't really have. If I likes it, I takes it.
Nie widział, nie słyszał.
Bombard.
Expulso!
Potato.
What are you, shy? I've seen more courage in a Porlock.
Strasznie dużo życia.
Fled like a coward.
Stotalis. Expelliarmus. Tracy. Revelio.
Ale nadal... A nie, ten już... O, pełny gwiazda wyposażenia, robiście.
Revelio.
Cały czas nie znam. Kilka wierszy.
Natty must be here somewhere.
Tak, ale jak na tym znaczy to mi wierszy. Może tutaj jest. Chyba będzie to. Jesteś mi drogi, tak jak wróżebnik, który swym śpiewem zapowiada deszcz. Nieukochany jakoby psiwak, którego serce tak lojalne jest. Rzuciłeś na me serce taki czar, którego przenigdy zdjąć nie zechcę. Wzbudziłeś we mnie od początku żar. Do ciebie należy moje serce. Wróćmy na filmę.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Wspaniale, udało się. A teraz możemy uwolnić Natty. Chyba, że tam będzie jakiś boss. To też jest możliwe. Że się sprawdzi.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Ray. He will tell you what you need to do.
Złoto. Mowy z tym rawem. To tam.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be
Rebellion.
blocked by something.
Gdzieś tu musi być jeszcze, tak?
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Revelio.
Gdzieś tutaj w tym pokoju. Może jakiś...
Any luck with my wand? Please. You must find it. Quickly.
Spokojnie, zaraz ją znajdę. O, patrzcie.
Aloha Mora.
Prawdopodobnie tu będzie właśnie ta już... Przydało się otworzyć zamek.
Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Udało się? Ej, naciskam tego.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Dobrze. Nadia, nie chcesz swojej różdżki? Dobra. 120 metrów.
Revelio.
Wydaje mi się, że wszystko pokonałem, więc problem z ucieczką. Jedna sztuka złota. Zawsze coś. Jesteś na tle, okej. Właśnie, że muszę sobie wydostać. Hogsmeade będziemy bezpieczni.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
No, że jeszcze się tu wodę prosta. Jesteśmy w Hogsmeade w końcu. Nie była to zbyt trudna misja. Udało mi się wykonać cicho. Z czego jestem całkiem dumny. Chyba. Rzadko mi się udaje wykonać misję po cichu, tak zupełnie. No wiem, czy to nie będzie pierwsza misja, którą wykonać w 100% tak po cichu. Więc wykrycia. Jednak zaklęcia niewybaczalne trochę pomagają mi. Nie mogę się doczekać, kiedy będę mógł się nauczyć Avada Kedavry. Nie wiadomo, czy to jeszcze muszę wykonać kilku zadań z głównego wątku. No, wymagania poziom już mamy, na pewno. Tylko odpowiedniego zadania Sebastiana. O, Singer.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
Ale tym zajmiemy się w kolejnym odcinku Zagrajmy Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. Jeżeli mi się podobało, zostawcie komentarz, łapkę oraz subskrypcję. Czasem trzymajcie się. Na razie. Cześć.